Sex, Health and Long Life. Manuals of Taoist Practice. 10 questions. 1. The Yellow Emperor asked a celestial teacher, how do beings operate? How do plants and trees grow? How are the sun and the moon bright? The celestial teacher said, observe the conditions of the sky. Yin, yang are the standards of order. When beings lose this, they do not propagate. But when they have it, they strive. Ingest yin to solidify yang, and you will reach clarity of spirit. The way to ingest yin is to fortify your internal organs, strengthen your metabolic function, so that energy cannot escape the body. When ingesting yin, it is important to be calm, yet sexually aroused. Embrace at the peak of excitement, penetrate repeatedly without ejaculation, and sexual arousal grows, answered by moans and sighs. Take deep breaths, no more than 5. Breathe in through the mouth and taking in energy into the heart, so that it fills the limbs, whereupon pure saliva is produced. Swallow this no more than 5 times, making sure the taste is sweet, directing it to the internal organs, and the body will quickly become passive. Drive the energy into your flesh and skin, even to the tips of your hairs and your pores and the circulatory channels will open. The sexual fluid is then present, causing the male erection to stand up firm and unwilting. Eat and drink to suit the body. This is called the method of restoring what has been depleted, leading to the clarity of spirit. This is a celestial teacher's method of ingesting the energy of the spirit. Question 2. The Yellow Emperor asks Shen, what lack causes people's complexion to become coarse and dusky, dull and shallow? What can people get that will make the texture of their skin beautiful, clear and lustrous? The Shen replied, if you want clear skin, observe the caterpillar. The way the caterpillar eats is directly connected to the yin yang. When it eats greenery, it turns green. When it eats yellow, it turns yellow. It is your diet that alters colors. You must eat yin on a regular basis. Add celery nuts, which are excellent, and drink the milk of running animals. When you can fend off old age, restore strength, and grow with vitality. And plenty of sexual intercourse. Eat of flying birds, such as a sparrow eggs, roosters. Roosters have male hormones in them. If you consume this, your jade rod will stand up again. When erect, its strength is sufficient and ready for the jade opening. When fully aroused, go ahead. Encourage it with sparrow's egg. But if you do not get a strong enough erection, Put the egg in some wheat gruel or malt. If you eat this, you can recover from impotence. This is the Shen's way of curing impotence by ingesting the vitality of birds. Question 3. The Yellow Emperor asked, Xiao Ao, what is the lack from which people die? What enables them to live? Xiao Ao replied, the mating of female and male and the taking of that vitality. When you engage in sexual intercourse, make gentle physical movements. When you can arouse the woman's body and make her pant, giggle, sigh, moan, and cry out, then you can ejaculate into her. Those who are drained can thus be revitalized. Those who are robust can thus be enabled to prolong their vitality, while those who are old can thus be enabled to extend their lives. The way to extend life involves watching over the closing off of the flow of semen. When the semen is locked up and stored in a timely manner, when spiritual clarity comes and builds up, and when it builds up, it inevitably becomes evident. Locking up the semen to stabilize vitality ensures that the supply of sexual fluid is never exhausted. Then disease do not afflict you, so you can live a long time. The way to embrace a woman requires peaceful serenity of heart, so the body and the mood calm one another. So it is said, embrace once without ejaculating, and your eyes and your ears will be clear. Embrace twice without ejaculating, and your voice will be clear. Embrace 3 times without ejaculating, and your skin will be lustrous. Embrace 4 times without ejaculating, and your back and sides won't be susceptible to injury. Embrace 5 times without ejaculating, and your gluteus and thighs will be strong and muscular. Embrace 6 times without ejaculating, and all your energy channels will flow freely. Embrace 7 times without ejaculating, and you will never die ahead of your time. Embrace 8 times without ejaculating, and you will enjoy a long life. Embrace 9 times without ejaculating, and you attain to clarity of spirit. This is Xiao Ao way of embracing women to cultivate spiritual energy. Question 4. The Yellow Emperor asked, Shen, when people originally propagate, taking on forms, what do they have that enables them to live? Once they take on physical form, what loss makes them die? In what epoch did humanity come to have likes and dislikes, to have early death or long life? I would like to hear the reason why people's energy expands and contracts, slackens and tightens. Shen replied, if you want to live a long life, then attentively examine the ways of heaven and earth. The energy of the heaven is used up monthly and replenished monthly. Thus, it can live long. The energy of earth has cold and hot seasons each year, and complementary terrains thus the earth can endure and not disintegrate. You must examine the conditions of heaven and earth, then put them into operation in your own body. There are intelligible indications, but even sages are not capable of understanding them. Only masters of the way can know them. The quintessence of heaven and earth arises where there is no sign, grows where there is no form, and matures where there is no body. Those who realize it live long. Those who miss it die young. Therefore, those who skillfully govern energy and amass vitality build them up impeccably. The fountains of vital spirit full. You collect sweet dew to build it up, regularly drinking of pure springs and special wines, getting rid of bad behavior and improving habits. Then the spirit will remain in the body. The way to collect energy is to cause it to reach to the extremities so that vitality arises without deficiency. When the upper and the lower body are both vitalized, how can chills or fevers occur? The breathing should be deep and prolonged so that fresh energy is easily maintained. Stale energy makes for aging. Fresh energy makes for longevity. Therefore, those who are skilled at governing their energy cause stale energy to disperse nightly and gather fresh energy in the morning so as to clear the appendages of the body and replenish the internal organs. There are prohibitions in ingesting energy. In spring, avoid polluted warm vapor. In summer, avoid hot, humid air. In autumn, avoid frosty mists. In winter, avoid the extreme cold. Avoid these 4 problems, and deep breathing will make for longevity. The aim of the morning breathing is that the exhalation should conform to nature, while the inhalation should fill the lungs, as if being stored in a profound abyss. Then old energy will be stored up daily, and new energy will be replenished daily. Then the body will be lustrous and radiant, filled with vitality, and thus be able to live long. The aim of daytime breathing is that the exhalation and the inhalation should be gentle, ears and eyes clear, with a very subtle mood of joy, not suffering internal degeneration, so the body does not die prematurely from illness. The aim of nighttime breathing is that respiration be deep, long, and slow, causing the ears not to hear, so one can sleep peacefully. The higher and the lower souls rest in the body, so one can live long. As for midnight breathing, do not change sleeping position. Even if you wake up, breathe deeply and slowly, without force, so that the internal organs are enlivened, taking long breaths as a rule. If you want to make the spirit live long, you must breathe with the structure of the skin. The way to govern energy is to eject the stale and absorb the fresh, blissfully enjoying the good, filling the body with it. This is called amassing vitality. There are norms for governing energy. The task is to build up vitality. When vitality is full to overflowing, it is inevitably emitted. And when vitality has been ejaculated, it must be replenished. Replenishment of ejaculation is done while in bed. Flavorful wines and foods are useful for regulating energy. The eyes becoming bright, the ears becoming clear, the skin becoming lustrous. The energy channels are filled, sexual vigor arises, enabling the one to stand for a long time and journey for long distances, and thus be able to live long. Question 5. Yao asked Shun, what is the most valuable in the world? Shun replied, life is most valuable. Yao asked, how does one manage life? Shun replied, by a close examination and through understanding of yin, yang. Yao asked, human beings have 9 appendages and 12 main joints, each set in its place. Why is it that the sexual organs are there when people are born, but lose their function before the body dies? Shun replied, they are not needed for eating and drinking, and are not used for planning and thinking. We avoid their names and conceal the organs themselves. They are used very much without relaxation or moderation. This is why they are born with the body but die before the body dies. Yao asked, how do we manage them? Shun replied, by care, education, consideration, nutrition, making the erection strong, yet going about the act in a slow and relaxed manner, not being premature when full of desire, not ejaculating at the peak of pleasure. Vitality will build up, energy will be stored up, and even though one lives to be 100 and will be healthier than ever. This is Shun's way of mastering energy through sexual intercourse. Question 6. Wang Zekio asks Pangzu, what is the essence of human energy? Pangzu replied, no human energy is more essential than sexual energy. When sexual energy is stifled, the 100 channels become ill. If sexual energy is undeveloped, it is impossible to propagate. Therefore, longevity is all a matter of sexual energy. The preservation of sexual energy goes along with its development. Therefore, masters of the way discovered exercises such as extending the hands downwards, massaging the arms and rubbing the belly to follow yin, yang. First exhale stale energy, then collect energy for the genitals, breathing it into the sexual organs, nourishing the regenerative organs, nurturing it like a baby. When that baby stands up strongly and repeatedly, be careful to avoid impulsive intercourse so as to develop a good body. When the internal organs are firm, how can illness occur? Those who suffer from chronic ailments inevitably have leakage of sexual energy and vitality, congestion of the energy channels, and emotional instability. They do not understand the great way, so living energy leaves them. Ordinary people born in ignorance rely on shamanic cures. At the age of 70, they are bent over, complaining of their problems. They killed themselves. What a pity. Wherein lies death and life, the depths govern them, filling the lower body, damming the vitality so that energy does not leak out. When the mind governs death and life, who can cause any loss? Carefully preserve energy, avoiding loss, and you can prolong life for ages, enjoying happiness and longevity for ages. Longevity comes from storage and accumulation. Those who are full of life observe heaven above and apply it on earth below. Those who can do this unfailingly evolve so they can be liberated from the body. Those who understand the great way soar beyond the clouds and rise to the immortal realms, able to travel far as flowing water and high as flying dragon, going at high speeds without tiring. Wu Shen Zhao made the 4 seasons his helpers, and heaven and earth his constants. Wu Shen Zhao lived together with Yin Yang. Yin Yang do not die. Wu Shen Zhao was on a par with them. So it is with those who attain the way. Question 7. Emperor Panga asks a furry old man, I have heard that you have sexual contact for strength and gathered the vitality of nature for long life. What should I do to make it possible to practice the way? The old man replied, you should value that which comes with the body at birth, but age before the body. This will strengthen the weak, extend the life of the short-lived, and cause the poor to have plenty of food. To act consists of altering, emptying, and replenishing. These are the rules for mastering this. First is extending the limbs, straightening the back, and curving the buttocks. Second is relaxing the thighs, moving the genitals, and tightening the anus. Third is closing the eyes and not hearing, gathering energy to fill the brain. Fourth is swallowing saliva and drinking milk. Fifth is all vitalities rising and massing into a general luminosity of clarity. Stop when you reach the fifth, and your vital spirit will grow happier day by day. This is a furry old man's way of ingesting spiritual energy through sexual contact. Question 8. Yu asks Shigui, I have clarified the cognition of my ears and eyes to govern the land, leveling the flooded lands above, following the long rivers below the mountains of accountants. I spent 10 years on waterworks, Now my limbs are useless and my home is broken up. How should I take care of this? Shigwe replied, the structure of government always begins with oneself. When blood and energy do not circulate as they should, this is called pathological blockages, which is the source of the 6 extreme afflictions. The continuity of blood and energy, the coordination of muscle and vessels are not to be neglected. Let the brain relax. Eat a variety diet. Use intelligence for guidance. Use work for exercise. Without food, there is no way to fill the stomach and develop the flame. Without intelligence, there is no way of discerning whether one is inwardly empty or full. Without work, there is no way to exercise the limbs to get rid of their afflictions. So when you are going to sleep, draw your energy into your genitals. This is called exercising the tendons. Stretch and scrunch. This is called exercising the bones. Let your actions and functions be appropriate, and vitality will flow forth like a spring. In what age would this method not work? Now Yuk took to drinking milk and comforted his wife, so tranquility was restored to his home. This is Shugwe method of managing mind and energy. Question 9. Wengshi visited King Wei of Qi. King Wei asked him about the way in these terms. I have heard you are versed in the way. Since I am already chief of state, I don't have time to listen to it all. I only want to hear 1 or 2 words about the essential way. Wenshi replied, I have composed 300 essays on the way, and sleeping is first and foremost. King Wei asked, explain this. What should I eat at bedtime? Wenshi replied, fine wine and leeks. King Wei asked, why do you recommend leeks? Wenshi replied, when our ancestors practiced agriculture, they found leeks the only perennial herb, so they designed it as such. Leeks receive the energy of heaven early, and they receive the energy of earth fully. Therefore, if weakly and timid people eat leeks, they will be robust. The people whose eyes do not see will eat them. They will have clear vision. If those whose ears do not hear well, eat them, and they will have clear hearing. If you eat them for the 3 months of spring, sickness won't develop, and your tendons and your bones will increase in strength. This is called the king of herbs. King Wei said, good, and why do you recommend wine? Wengshi replied, wine is the vital energy of the 5 grains. When it enters the stomach, it disperses throughout the circulatory system, penetrating the physical structure and pervading it. It goes deeply into the system without requiring you to lie down and sleep. Therefore, a miracle for 100 medicines. King Wei said, good. What? There is something that is not as you have said. When people suffering from dysentery in spring are given leeks, why are they given eggs instead of wine? Wenji replied, "That will also do. Chickens are yang animals. They call at dawn is clear, and they stretch their necks and spread their wings. During the 3 months of summer, chickens and leeks alike convey positive yang energy. That is why Taoists eat them." King Wei said, "Good. Now why do you recommend sleep?" Wei Ji said, "Sleep is not only a human activity. All birds, reptiles, fish, amphibians, and insects need food in order to live. And food needs sleep to work. Sleep enables food to be digested and disperses medicine to circulate through the body. Sleep is to food as fire is to gold. Therefore, if you do not sleep for 1 night, you will not recover for 100 days. If food is not ingested, it will be like having a ball in your gut. This produces listlessness and constipation, degeneration, and debilitation. Therefore, Taoists respect sleep." King Wei said, "Good. If I always enjoy drinking from evening onto the night, will I not get sick?" Wang Ji replied, "No problem. Be like the birds and the beasts. Those that go to sleep early rise early. Those that go to sleep late rise late. The sky gets light, the earth gets dark. Taoists investigate those phenomena and go not further. The energy of food is abandoned subtly and circulates silently during the night. Energy is sent into all parts of the body. When all energy of the body are stabilized, vitalized, you are inwardly solid while outwardly peaceful, so you don't get eruptions or tremors. This is the consummation of the way." King Wei said, "Good." Question 10. When Wang Qi made an appearance at court, King Jia of Qin asked him about the way in these terms: "I hear you ingest yin for active strength and collect energy for vitality and clarity. What should I do to prolong my life?" Wang Qi replied, "You must face the sun and the moon and collect their vital light. Eat pines and celery nuts and drink the milk of running beasts. By these means, you can fend off age and restore robustness, glowing with health. Avoid fire during the summer months, using a solar mirror to cook. Then the mind will be intelligent and bright. As for the way to engage in sexual intercourse, calmness makes for strength, making the mind as calm as water. Conserve the spiritual dew within. Knock at the jade door with the jade rod, the mind neither too tense nor too loose. You can tell what is the best by how the woman sighs in response. Collect the spiritual mist, drink the celestial broth, sending them to their internal organs in order to store them deeply. Breathe gently in the morning, and your energy and body will be firm. Vitality will be stable and long-lasting. Peace of mind is attained within. The higher, the lower strive. The internal organs are stable. The complexion is lustrous. Life lasts as long as the sun and the moon, and you become a flower of heaven and earth. King Ja said, "Good.